All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna be going over two trades I took this week. Caught a 12% move on hype, which could have been way better actually. I just ended up cutting too early. This could have been like a possible almost 30%, almost 28% move on this. But let's get started. Let's see how I entered this. So how I entered this, right? Okay, so on the 12H is not as clear, but this right here, right, fair value gap on the 12H that was touched by this candle. If you zoom in, right, we start to get reversal candles. This is our reversal candle on the 4H. On the 1H, this right here is a bullish order block, right, that broke out. Here's a break, confirmation, and I entered on the dip of this candle. I entered on this wick, right? And the reason why I entered on this wick is because this coin compared to Bitcoin, this was fucking strong as shit. This was very strong when Bitcoin was flushing. Yesterday was it or the day before? I'll just put them side by side. So where is it? Um, the hourly. Okay. So on the hourly, this is the candle. Look at the difference. Bitcoin is down on this up candle on on hype, right? So when Bitcoin was approaching this low, I was like, okay, we gotta be getting close to putting in a bottom. Like we gotta be getting close. I was expecting a sweep of these lows to then look for entries on this coin because everything revolves around Bitcoin, right? So we got this wick on BTC, which is this candle literally, and that's how I entered. And Bitcoin was still weak for 2 more hours after, which was these 2 hours, but this ripped. This had a better recovery than Bitcoin did on this candle, right? So we ripped, and that's basically how I entered. Um, Sometimes catching these moves like this is very hard because the the volatility and all the fear that was in the markets. But when it comes down to executing, you just have to look for those signs. It's basically the same setup as always. We flush, we form a bullish order block that's confirmed by a candle that broke above. Here's the retest is on this candle. That wick is the retest. When you zoom in on the 15, here's your retest. Clean retest right here, right? And I entered here. That's literally my entry. Uh with that being said, that's how I caught this. I'm only upset that this just ran. And the only reason why this ran like this is because, so on Monday, I'm pretty sure there was the fake news of Trump saying he was going to pause the tariffs for 90 days. They denied it, said it was fake news, and then literally the next day, today, they went and said that no, it's legit, and that's why everything ripped. Like Bitcoin on the daily is fucking up. I don't know how much. How much is this up on the daily? This is up almost, well, to where it's at right now, 10%. That's a very, we haven't seen a candle like this in a long time on Bitcoin. It's been probably like this last candle, but oops. That's how I caught this. Catching longs like this is way harder because you literally have to be on point. Catch, especially when Bitcoin is flushing like this, right? But when Bitcoin is flushing like this and everything's down bad, when it reverses mean, like big pullback, right? And this right here. This pullback on Bitcoin was this move on hype. And this was a what? This was a 4% move on Bitcoin compared to what is this? An 11% move on hype. So with that being said, that's why I will try to getting on alts like that because the volatility is way way better. Way like they move more so you can make more money, right? Um with that being said, you just have to make sure you position size properly and you don't oversize because you can it can also go wrong, right? Before winning this trade, I also tried to long here. I tried long in here and then ended up getting crushed. I got crushed on this. I lost the trade, but didn't lose a lot. Obviously, properly risk managed. Uh, but yeah, that was my only take from this is that I closed too early. I left a little runner that I closed on like one of these candles here because I thought Bitcoin was gonna reverse. I thought we were gonna reverse on this sweep of this high here, right? So here's the sweep. Oops. And we did kind of like flush a little bit, but then we came back and then the news came out and now we're just fucking up only. Okay, so that's it for hype. Very solid trade, very good trade on my part. I've been rinsing the market. On Monday it was like a 20% long on what was it? On TUT. Yeah. I think it was this move here. Um I just had this set up there. I don't remember taking this. But yeah, I think I caught this on TUT. And then that yesterday this. So that 20% move on TUT, 12% move on this, and then I also caught this short here. This was a what? This was 9% short on bonk that I closed mostly out on this candle. So it's been a very good week, and just look at this coin too. Everything just went absolutely mental after the news. Um, with that being said, oh here actually let's go over that short how I entered. So um, to me, before I entered this, this is a bullish structure. I mean not bullish structure, bear structure. My bad. It looks like a head and shoulders, right? After we failed to sweep this high here, and we made a to me this looks like a almost lower high even though this candle closed above this body. To me this looks like a lower high. Then we had that strong close below that last wick, right? Here's the wick. That strong close which formed that fair value gap. I was like, okay, any bounce into this fair value gap I will look to short. We got the bounce. If you zoom in, clear rejection of that fair value gap, and that was my entry. And it was literally a clean trade, clean sweep. And I cut most of it the second we flipped here on this candle. Another solid trade for me. It's been actually a really good week because last week was just it could have been a lot better, but I fumbled easy profits. I noted that I need to be more efficient with taking profits on alts, especially when I'm trading alts. Alts can be very tricky to trade sometimes. But yeah, that's basically how I entered that short on Bunk. And I hope this helped you guys, and we'll catch you guys next time.